how they can help us clarify our values and align our tasks with what truly matters. So a big piece of mindfulness is building this awareness of what we're doing in our lives, how things impact us, how we feel and think about different parts of our lives and the actions we're taking. And our thoughts often lead to our actions. And so if we are aware of what is going on around some of these things in our lives, this could be personal, this could be with our health, this could be financial, this could be in business, in our work, really anything. When we are more mindful and we build that awareness, we can choose to align ourselves differently than maybe we thought we could, or differently than maybe society's expectations. So before I discovered meditation and mindfulness, my life felt chaotic. It felt like a whirlwind every single day. If you've heard me speak, if you've been around here a while, you know that I woke up in the morning dreading the day. I would avoid getting out of bed for as long as possible because it meant I didn't have to do all the things. It did make me feel more rushed. It did make me feel more stressed, but I didn't really realize that at the time. I woke up just almost in the state of panic, like every single day, feeling almost like the weight on me, like I was just drowning with all of the tasks and all of the never-ending to-do lists that were running over and over through my head. Then I discovered meditation, which led to mindfulness. And with each moment of meditation, each second that I was able to quiet all the things, all the external stuff, and really kind of focus on what was happening in my own mind and start to process some of these things that were in my mind, then I could move forward. Then I could make change. So I began to find a sense of clarity. I began to find a different sense of purpose in my days, things that I had been missing for a long time. So instead of being swept away by all of that chaos, I found myself feeling more anchored, feeling more connected to what I was doing, why I was doing it, what the result was going to be, all of those things. And now I can look at things and figure out, does it align with my values? And values are a tricky thing for a lot of people, but what do you stand for? What kinds of things do you want in your life? What kind of things do you want to be sharing with other people in your life? And what dreams and goals do you have? We can align all of these things when we pay attention. So today we're exploring, as I mentioned, how meditation and mindfulness can help us clarify these values, how we can create these guiding principles that shape our lives. And what happens when we do that is we're able to use those things to help us make decisions. Decision fatigue is a real thing. And that's why building habits is so important. When we build a habit, we know what's happening and we don't have to think about it. We don't think about brushing our teeth. A lot of us don't think about driving to a familiar location, work, our parents' homes, like you fill in the blank, driving the kids to school or an activity. You don't necessarily often think about those things because you've been doing them for so long that it is a habit. Now, there's a difference between having a habit that helps us make decisions easier and being mindless. Being mindless is an entirely, that is the place where you are really paying attention to nothing happening. You are mindlessly scrolling social media. You're mindlessly eating. Don't have intention behind it. You are, for some people, mindlessly like sleeping. And that was kind of where I was. I would sleep just to avoid the world. I wasn't necessarily tired. I didn't need the rest. It was a way for me to live in avoidance. So there's a difference between being mindless and avoiding things and building a habit that helps us make decisions easier. So, for example, if you build a habit of going for a walk every single day, your body, your mind recognizes that, knows that, almost craves it to some degree because you have done it every single day for so long that you don't think, oh, should I sit on the couch or should I go for a walk? You just go for the walk because it's normal. For people who have been maybe trying to drink more water or introduce something like that into their lives, if you have a bottle of water on your nightstand when you wake up, and the first thing you do is drink a glass of water, you are building that habit. And so our brain doesn't have to think, should I do this? So when we determine these values, we start to build these habits around those values. And that's where we don't have to make so many decisions. We just know, and we can check in with those guiding principles. We can check in with those values and say, this is what I'm doing. Does it still serve me? Does it still align with that value? Some things you might do and you might outgrow them. You might need to move to a different level or a different stage to start reaching that goal you have. So, by going inward, by setting intentions around these values, around these things that are important in your life, we can align our tasks, which is all the things we do every day, with what truly matters. So, we can pave a way to find more purpose. We can pave a way to have more fulfillment because the things that we do actually matter. And so, an example of this is in meal planning. Why would that matter? Why would that be a value or a goal or a guiding principle? Well, if you have a value or a purpose, an intention that your family sits down to dinner every night because you believe that that is important to build relationships with each other. Or maybe you believe that sitting down to dinner every night means that you are making sure everyone is nourished and gets good, healthy foods in their body. We can back up a step and say, okay, meal planning or meal prepping helps me fill this value or this goal that I have. And that meal planning and meal prepping is a daily activity for a lot of us. This is something we do all the time. Doing our laundry or the dishes, a mundane task that almost every single one of us has in some way, shape, or form. How can doing that align with our values? That's a task. How can we make it have purpose? Well, I want to make sure that my child has clean clothes, that he has what he needs for whatever he's doing, like skiing or snowboarding or going outside in the summer. I need to make sure that I show up to said thing in a presentable way. Doing the laundry helps us fulfill that. How can I make that have a little bit more purpose? Maybe doing the laundry, I also listen to an audiobook or I listen to a podcast or something that's inspiring to me. Or if you have younger children and you're doing like the laundry together, maybe that's a family thing, a chore that everyone pitches in on, and you play some music and you dance around and you sing and you have fun with it. We can take our to-dos, our daily tasks, and make them have purpose and make them align with these values and these goals. We can also start removing things that don't fit. And that's kind of where the magic happens. But if we can find joy, if we can find fulfillment in the things that we are already doing, we already have to be doing all the time, then we really get to the end of the day with just this different feeling. We don't think about all of these things as tasks to try and avoid, like I was. So I want to give you some tips and talk about some exercises that could help you kind of navigate through all this stuff that I've been talking about. So the first is setting intentions. So set clear and meaningful intentions that align with your values, align with your goals. This could be journaling. And there are a number of prompts available. So if you need help with that, I am here. Visualization techniques, goal setting exercises help you articulate these desires with a little bit more clarity. Then next is cultivating gratitude. So practical techniques for adding gratitude into your life. You could start a gratitude journal. You could practice a gratitude meditation. You could start having gratitude rituals, expressing appreciation to others, reflecting on things that you're thankful for, sending a note or a message or a card to somebody that you are grateful for being in your life. When we start to look outward for all of the things that really make us happy, we start to feel it inside. And then infusing mindfulness. And so making mindfulness part of your daily routine. And this is kind of what I was talking about with that habit piece. Mindful breathing exercises, body scans, mindful eating, time for meditation, building in 5 minutes so that your mind think, oh, should I do meditation today? You just know that you're already doing it. And so this will help you learn how to cultivate that presence. It helps us build that awareness that in those everyday activities that we stay grounded, we stay present, we stay connected to what is right here. And there's a saying that says, be where your feet are. Our brains, our minds, our thoughts are always everywhere and not where we are. So where I am is talking to you right now. My brain wants to think about the fact that, oh, XYZ is happening later, and I better make sure I have XYZ ready, or it's going to be a stressful situation. Yada, yada, yada. Like you fill in the blanks. Instead of thinking that I have you in front of me via this screen, learning more about how to be present, how to find your purpose, how to align your actions to your values and your goals. That's where I need to be. So meditation and mindfulness can help us build that awareness, help us turn off some of that other stuff so that we can focus on right now. So I would love to hear from you and sharing your experiences with meditation, sharing your experience with mindfulness. What challenges have you had, or what things have you faced on your journey? What struggles have you had trying to find this clarity? And maybe what strategies have helped you through this? What other things that maybe I didn't cover, because there are so many, help you align your tasks with your values and your goals? How can you look at things through a different lens so that it serves you and feels like something that you want to be doing as part of your life instead of just a chore or a to-do list? So I want to leave you with one final thought after all of this, and that is that you, whoever is listening to this right now, have the power to live a life full of purpose and fulfillment. And you can do that by embracing meditation and mindfulness. You can clarify your values. You can align your tasks with what truly matters to you. And that's where everything changes. So thank you for joining me. And until next time, remember to breathe deeply and to live mindfully.